Pastor de Sky Sports México. Preguntarte, la temporada pasada resultó muy bien para Barcelona cuando se enfrentaron a Real Madrid. Los 4 clásicos prácticamente ganaron y superaron ampliamente a su rival. Esta vez es una temporada nueva, las situaciones son diferentes, me refiero al tema de las bajas que ustedes tienen en plantilla, pero también la baja del míster, ¿no? Por esa expulsión. ¿Cómo afrontan este partido con todas las bajas, incluida la Defensive League? ¿Cómo estás?
Bueno, al final ya llevamos tiempo en el que pues en casi todos los partidos nos falta algún jugador, obviamente que son bajas importantes porque son jugadores muy importantes, pero bueno, creo que tenemos plantilla más que suficiente para jugar un partido de este calibre. Creo que si todos estamos al nivel al que tenemos, jugamos como sabemos, pues somos capaces de ganar a cualquier equipo y así lo hemos demostrado. Obviamente la baja del míster pues también es importante, pero bueno, al final él viajará a Madrid y todo, así que tampoco será tan diferente.
Finalmente, en parte, Eric, preguntarte, has jugado los 9 partidos de esta temporada, 7 de ellos como titular. Físicamente, ¿cómo te encuentras tú? ¿Cómo percibes tu momento futbolístico en este momento?
Bien, al final, pues, como todo jugador, ¿no? Si cuando más juegas mejor te sientes. Obviamente, pues este año el míster me está dando mucha confianza. Creo que, bueno, en general las cosas están yendo bien. Intentando, pues, ayudar al equipo donde me toque jugar y bueno, pues intentando aprovechar todas las oportunidades al máximo.
Pues, thank you.
So the next one is Fanco.
Hi Eric, this is Arjit this side from Fancode in India. My question is related to your El Clasico memory. El Clasico has obviously produced few of the greatest football matches, but any one or two particular moments that stand out for you, like from the past El Clasicos?
That I've played or ever?
From ever, not just
Ah,
from those we played. Yeah.
well, the one I remember the most probably was the 5-0 here in Barcelona. I was a kid, but I remember that game really well, and it was really fun to watch.
Cool. And any particular Real Madrid player you're excited to come up against, or who you feel will be the biggest threat to control for Barcelona?
Well, I think this season they've changed a little bit. They play more choral as a team, but of course, the attacking players, they are probably the most dangerous and the ones that I get closer to play against. So yeah, probably the strikers, I would say.
Cool. I'll just have one more question if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eric, my next question to you is obviously you have played under Pep Guardiola, now you're also playing under Hansi Flick. What are some of the similarities and differences you see in their management style?
Well, I think with Hansi we also have a very offensive mentality as in Pep, but I think um, with the team we have, with the strikers we have, we can also play a lot more in transition. Regarding with Pep, we had more the control of the ball in all the situations, So that's probably the only difference, I would say.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, now can Sport TV.
Hi, Eric Garcia.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you. My name is Mkami Wambora from Sporty TV. I just want to pick up from a question you answered earlier about El Clasico. You watched it as a child, as a young player in La Masia, abroad in England, in Girona, and then now as an experienced player. How has it been different in those phases of your career and life?
Well, I think when you play for Barcelona, playing against Madrid is the biggest game you can play. I think it's the biggest game in the world. Two, I would say, the best teams in the world. So it's always really special. And when I played as a kid, when I was here in La Masia, growing up, and now even more so. When you play for other clubs, it's also a big game. But playing for Barcelona, of course, it's always different.
Okay, and then just a bit about, now the right mindset and motivation during this period where there are a number of injuries?
Well, as I said, I think we have a big squad with big players. Of course, we have some important players injured, but I think um, what was the most successful thing about last season was the team, was the squad. I think, of course, missing these important players is not the best, but we have some big players. I think if we are at our best, we can beat anyone.
And one last really quick question. I'm from Africa, representing all the Africans. You know, they're very passionate about Barcelona and Madrid. How does it feel knowing that there are fans from, you know, all over the world, including Africa, that are hanging on to this match?
Well, it's massive for us, having the support in there. And as I said, Barca Madrid is probably the biggest game you can watch in football right now. So, well, we are excited, and hopefully we can give a good match to all of our fans.
Okay, thank you.
The next one is Felipe from Iceland.
Hello, Eric. How
Hello.
are you?
Good, thank you.
So my first question is maybe based on the style of Hansi Flick. You know, it's very offensive, as you said before. The defensive line goes high up. How is it to play that kind of football, and how do you see it playing out against Madrid?
Yes, of course. We take some risks sometimes, or it can look like it's a risk, but I think it's something that has worked really well for us. Especially last season. Of course, teams now know us how we play. They know how to hurt us sometimes, but I think, as I said before, if we are at our best level, especially with the ball, we will concede less chance to the opponent. So I think that's our main goal for now.
My second question is, I'm from Iceland, and we had one Icelandic player before at Barcelona, Eidukul Johnson. He was playing in the team when you were growing up, that 2008-9 team that won the Champions League and was the best team in the world. Like, what are your kind of memories from that team, and maybe him specifically?
Well, of course, I was a kid, but I had the chance to play with one of his sons when I was younger in the academy. So, of course, I know him. And yes, of course, it was. They had a fantastic team, as you said, one of the best Barcelona teams, probably. So, yeah, I enjoy to watch.
Thank you.
Now we have Vietnam.
Hola, Eric.
Hola.
This is Nhật Minh from SCTV in Vietnam. We are the copyright holder in Vietnam. Nice to meet you, and I want to know more about the injury situation at Barcelona at the moment. Firmino Lopez and Lamine Yamal has just returned, but Barca lack many important players like Rafinha, Lewandowski, Olmo, Torres. What do the Hansi Flick tactical approach to score goals at El Clasico? Thank you.
Well, yes, as you said, Lamine was back from injury, a couple of weeks ago. Ferran, I think, is going to be fine. The other players, we've been in this situation for like some time now, having Danny out, Rafa and Robert. So I think, of course, they are really important players for us, but we need to adjust as a team, as we've been done, lately. I think we have, we have Marcus, who's playing fantastic, Fermin scoring a lot of goals. And of course, a Clasico game is always special for all the players, so I think we will be fine.
Rashford is a quality signing from England, and English players is very rare to see in Barcelona. So, what does he bring to the team?
Well, I think Marcus has a special talent, his shooting is incredible, but also physically, no, he's really fast. He can run into the space in behind, so that helps us a lot, in pressing. So it's very fun to have him in our team, and we are really proud, of course.
Currently, Lamine Yamal is under a lot of pressure with all the noise from media about this outside family and girlfriend, is he feeling confident ahead of El Clasico?
Yes, of course. I mean, he can do whatever he wants with his lifestyle. He's focused on a team. He's playing well. He's getting his confidence back, and I'm sure he will play a fantastic game on Sunday because Lamine in big games he always shows up, and it's not gonna be less on Sunday.
Can I have one final quick question?
Yeah.
El Clasico is not just a normal match, it's the more anticipated top global football event. How do you personally prepare mentally and emotionally for this kind of pressure?
Well, as you said, it's probably the biggest game, so you are always ready for this type of games. That's your dream when you are a kid. You're growing up. You're playing football for Barcelona. Playing Barça Madrid is the biggest game. So I think you are always ready to play this type of games.
Thank you, Garcia.
Thank you.
Now we have one last question, or two questions from La Liga Media. Albert.
Hola Eric, encantado.
Hola.
¿Cómo le explicarías a alguien de cualquier parte del mundo lo que es jugar un clásico siendo culé desde pequeño?
Bueno, yo creo que es el partido más grande que se puede ver en el mundo. Probablemente los dos equipos más poderosos del fútbol, con probablemente los mejores jugadores del mundo. Así que poco más hay que decir. Al final yo creo que desde pequeño aquí en el Barça, pues a medida que vas creciendo, el partido que siempre esperas ver es el Barça-Madrid. Cuando lo juegas de pequeño, pues en todas las categorías es el partido que más te gusta jugar. Bueno, para los culés siempre ha sido y siempre será un partido muy especial de jugar y sobre todo de ganar.
Y en esta línea, ¿qué crees qué plus le puede aportar el equipo tener a tantos canteranos?
Bueno, al final, pues los que hemos vivido desde pequeño, hemos jugado aquí en el Barça, hemos vivido muchos Barça-Madrid, hemos podido ver muchos Barças-Madrid, ¿no? En el Camp Nou. Al final, como te he dicho, no es el sueño de todo niño pequeño, ¿no? Cuando sube de la cantera, pues jugar este tipo de partidos, porque lo ves por la tele, pues veías a Messi jugar y pues te hacía mucha ilusión, y ahora pues que tú estás aquí, un poco, ¿no? Es ese feeling de volver y decir que se ha hecho realidad, ¿no?
Genial, gracias.
Gracias. ¿Está?
Gràcies. Ho he juntat. T'ho ha dit abans, eh?